You've done things that should make you confident. You've succeeded. People have told you you're good. And still, it never really sticks. That confidence other people seem to carry naturally, somehow you can't hold on to it. It keeps slipping away. That's not a character flaw. That's your brain doing exactly what it was trained to do. Most people believe confidence comes from achievement. Do more. Succeed more. Prove yourself enough times, and eventually, the feeling will follow. But for many people, it doesn't work like that. They achieve. They succeed. They collect evidence that they are capable. And still, the confidence doesn't arrive. Or when it doesn't stay long enough to matter. This isn't a motivation problem. It isn't a willpower problem. It's a brain pattern, and it usually starts much earlier than people realize. Your brain has one priority above everything else: to keep you safe. And early in life, it learns what safe means. If you grew up in an environment where mistakes were punished, where approval was inconsistent, where love felt conditional on performance, your brain adapted. It learned that the world is a place where you are constantly evaluated, and that being not enough has consequences. Neuroscientists call this a threat response. And once your brain links your self-worth to external approval, it never fully relaxes. It stays alert. It keeps scanning. It keeps waiting for the moment someone realizes you're not as good as they thought. This is what psychologists call the imposter experience. And it has very little to do with actual ability. Here's where it gets complicated. Every time you succeed, your brain doesn't store it as, I am capable. It stores it as, I got away with it this time. The achievement doesn't rewrite the belief, because the belief was never built on evidence. It was built on a pattern your brain learned, before you were even aware enough to question it. So you keep achieving, and the confidence keeps not arriving. And eventually, you start wondering what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is just running very old software. William James once wrote that the deepest principle of human nature is the desire to feel appreciated, not just told, but truly believed. And that quiet sense of being enough doesn't come from doing more. It comes from something the brain rarely gets to experience. Research shows that people who carry confidence naturally aren't always the most successful. They're the ones whose brains learned early on that their worth didn't need to be earned again and again. That's the difference. Not talent, not effort, not even success. Just a brain that was or wasn't taught one simple thing. The shift doesn't happen through achievement. It happens through repetition, but a different kind. Every time you do something uncomfortable and survive, your brain updates. Slowly, quietly, but it updates. Every time you stop apologizing for taking up space, every time you allow yourself to be seen without performing, every time you stay present instead of escaping discomfort, the pattern begins to change. Not because you forced confidence, but because you stopped reinforcing the old belief. You've spent years trying to feel confident by proving yourself to the world. But confidence isn't built outward. It's built inward, quietly, gradually, through moments so small they barely feel like anything at all. The confidence you've been chasing isn't waiting behind your next achievement. It never was. If this explains something you've been feeling for a long time, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe, because here, we use the science of the mind to understand the parts of ourselves the world rarely explains.